Hello. How global economy might affect Bitcoin, Ethereum, and crypto in 2022? Crypto assets will benefit more from inflation than other assets. However, some economists expect to see inflation cooling off in 2022. Rising rates are not good for risk assets in general, and this may also include crypto. Declining bonds yield may make crypto assets more attractive in the long run next year. The crypto market has had one of its best years on record, and it largely has a global macroeconomic environment to thank for this. With inflation rising and interest rates historically low, those of us fortunate enough to have saving have looked for somewhere more profitable than a bank account to keep them. At the same time, institutional investors have also been led by the same basic motivations to convert portions of their portfolios into crypto assets. Another big reason why we saw numerous all-time highs over the course of 2021. However, for 2022, economists and analysts say that we may see inflationary fears receding as the global economy stabilizes. Economists also expect to see rising interest rates at some point next year, a factor which may depress, at least to a degree, investor appetite for more speculative assets such as Bitcoin and other crypto assets. However, some analysts estimate that rate rise won't be very large and that the wider appetite for crypto might be only slightly affected. Inflation worries may subside sooner or later. Annual customer prices inflation reached 6.2% in October in the United States, the higher rate for 30 years. Taken together with the fact that the Federal Reserve interest rate is effectively 0%. This means people in the United States, as we also see elsewhere, they effectively being subjected to negative interest rates. Dollars and euro, pounds and something else have therefore been losing their purchasing power, so anyone with extra cash at hand has been looking to convert it into something more value preserving. This is basically that analysts speaking with crypto news predicted last year for 2021, and it accounts for much of the head we've observed in crypto markets this year. I see inflationary pressures continued into 2022. The knock-on effects on pandemic policies, fiscal largesse via stimulus checks, and trade domestically expansionist monetary policy are at work. The genie isn't so easily put back in the bottle, said Peter Early, an economist with the American Institute for Economic Research. Early suggests that crypto assets will benefit more from inflation than other assets, if only because they are more easily accessed by the public. That said, some economists expect to see inflation cooling off in 2022. I don't think the economic recovery is that strong to cause price pressures to continue rising in 2022, said Fawad Rezegzada, an analyst at Think Markets. For Rezegzada, a chief driver of declining inflation will be oil prices, which tends to be correlated with the macroeconomic cycles. I reckon oil prices will head back lower as supply increased from both the OPEC Plus group and processed elsewhere, including the US. The potential returns of Iranian oil supply could further weigh on crude prices. Meanwhile, the impact of temporary factors and supply issues that have raised price as the world has emerged from the coronavirus pandemic are also likely to wane, Razakzada adds. Bloomberg intelligence analyst Mike McClone also suspects that inflation will calm down soon enough. Maribor gold and declining US Treasury bond yields are primary indicators that the 2021 inflation bounce is a blip within the predominant deflationary trends, notably on the back of rapidly advancing technology. While few analysts estimate that inflation will be seriously bad next year, some say we could still continue to see a mixed picture with conflicting forces affected to overall outlook. On one hand, we have global supply chain problems causing rising prices and tight employment conditions leading to wage rising. On the other hand, we have the longer terms disinflationary impact of improvement in technology, and thus also the demographic impact of an against aging population, which will depress prices too. Despite acknowledging that things will be mixed, Goodman tells us that he remains very worried about inflation over the coming years, and particularly worried that central banks won't tackle it effectively. However, even if inflation doesn't end up being seriously bad in 2022, some observers say that Bitcoin startup as a hedge will continue to be cemented next year. I see cryptoassets, notably Bitcoin, less an inflation hedge now, but on the way to getting there, Bitcoin is in the price discovery stage towards attaining the status of global digital collateral in the world going digital. Interest rates going back up. Favor Razak notes that if we assume that at least part of the reason behind the 2021 crypto rally has been for inflation hedging purposes, then the source of influence will no longer be there to support prices in 2022. Likewise, we may also see interest rates increase in such a way as to make cryptoassets a little bit less attractive. If inflation turns out to be hotter and stickier than expected, then surely the major central banks will have to tighten their belts more aggressively in 2022. Rising rates are not good for risk assets in general, and this may also include crypto. Mike McGlone also expects interest rates to rise to some degree in 2022, although the effect on the crypto market may once again be mixed. Central bank will not to win of QE quantity easing and low rates until the stock market wobbles or actually drops around 10% and stays down a while, and prospects of taping or tining will be gone, in my view. This is not too profound, it's been the enduring trend, he said. At the same time, McGlone suspects that a failing stock market caused in a part by a rate hike may result in US bond yields turning negative. This is good for Bitcoin and Ethereum, but extreme speculative excesses should be a headwind for the broader crypto market. Bitcoin is likely to decline initially if the stock market does, but I see the top three crypto mastertics, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and crypto dollars, coming out ahead, he explained. Okay guys, thank you for watching this video, wait for the next, bye.